and gentlemen, welcome back to Mermaid Swamp. We're going to continue right where we left off, just as before, just so we don't confuse everybody, myself included. Now, if I remember correctly, we had just reached the old dilapidated mansion, and we are in search of a map. Let's do this. It's locked with a passcode. The code is 6 digits long. Could that passcode possibly be... Oh, now we have to wonder, is this set up the way that Americans do month and year? Or is it set up the way that other nations with better education systems tend to set up the month and year? Let's find out. If I remember correctly, it was August 1979, but let's check. It's in the old letter. Dear Yukio, blah 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 blah. It's the wrong letter. It's from Mommy dear. Mommy, I read your letter. There was nothing in it of use. August 1972. Excellent. So, using my immaculate brain, 08 1972. This doesn't seem to be the right code. Excellent. Wait. Alright, well, let's read some more old paper. Right. Note. Not that one. That was the beautiful fish eyes puzzle, which I'm actually quite okay with. It was in the newspaper, or the notebook. The notebook on the desk is where the clue was. Let's try reversing it. 197208. Aha! Excellent. Sometimes you have to sit around and think, hey, and then you stop thinking, because hey pretty much solved the entire problem. Now we have a nicely ruined house. Ooh. We have a bathroom, very similar. It's clogged with green liquid. Exquisite. I guess somebody enjoyed eating too much tropical fish. And now we have a sliding kind of sound effect for the doors. I dig it. Slide open door. Futon, as opposed to beds. The water in the bowl is muddy. The water in your bowl is muddy. Found a diary with childish handwriting. Father showed me something great today. It's very beautiful. Father said he'd give it to me someday. I can't wait. Creepy. Father told me that no one but him could have the key to that room. He told me a duplicate is hidden in his pillow, but he said I would soon be found out if I took it, and I must do as Father commands. I found something with a pretty color. I know not what it is. I decorated my fish tank with it. The fish enjoy it as well. Childish and oddly British. As well, it's one of my great pet peeves. Very frequent. Hello, blue eyes. Damn, what the hell? Feels like someone's watching. Sometimes, I guess I'm pretty tired. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah, I can't sing at all. So I won't. That ball seemed awfully similar to Chio's. It's locked. Cracks in the floor, holes in the floor. Destroyed walls. And beautiful slidey sounds I have here. The water in the tank is murky green. Algae, perhaps? Or something more sinister. A piano. My eternal nemesis. Let's see. We have a painting. Hello. Darling? We're gonna go with darling. It could be a man, but you know that's never stopped me before. We're still searching for a map. There's this sludgy stuff on the stairs. I don't want to risk climbing up this stuff in the dark. Well, I can't say I blame you for that. If I were in your shoes, it'd be strange because I would have your shoes. Thank you, Woody Harrelson, for that joke. Right. We have another washroom. Contains yellowed old clothes. Perhaps they were yellow to begin with. No water will come out. A 2-layer washing machine. We have some awfully modern amenities for this old trashed place. Well, it's been a very long day. I imagine that Rian probably isn't functioning well because she hasn't had her every 15 seconds bath yet. Here we go with more tables. More sinks. This dilapidated mansion is... Ugh. A few bits of food are swarmed with bugs. Excellent. A spring-based clock on the wall. Is this the clock that one diary mentioned? Well, it might be. But I don't have whatever goes in it, and I seem to have forgotten what it was about, so we'll keep looking until something jumps out at us. Hopefully an idea and not a terrifying monster. Wisdom of the Servant. Always remain devoted. Do not speak of too much. Do not walk around carelessly. Do not enter the boiler room. It's awfully specific there at the end. Contains musty old kimonos. Excellent. We have a closet. It's caught on something and won't open. The screen is slightly ajar. The hell's it caught on? Might be able to open it with some kind of stick. I suppose I should find some kind of stick. Got more muddy crap. On the stairs. Yes. Intermittent spooks and intermittent scares, but we've only had a few, and we have, based on my terrible math, about an hour and a half and change of filming here. So we need something good to happen, and something good to happen soon. We need to find a stick. Why a stick? Not a pole? The spring was hidden where? Ah, yes. And there's a key underneath a pillow. I suppose we should check the room with but one futon. No clicks of buttons can solve this. Oh, no, no, no! Father, shut your mouth. This is a child's room. Only one ball. The Lance Armstrong chamber. And on we go. Checking the pillows, checking the pillows. It's boarded shut. You can't enter. I find myself, unfortunately, losing interest, and I don't know if that's a byproduct of me being the typical ADHD American fat guy, but I don't know. I feel like I need something more to hook me in. Like, the time is now, as the UFC might say incorrectly. Checking the pillows. Checking the pillows to no avail. Get Shakespearean on you there for a second. Alright, we have no sticks. Unless I've simply missed a stick somewhere. Which could very well be. My items, all I have that might be of use is the lighter. Pardon. Nothing in here that might be of use. Checking all the everythings. You have to be a little bit on the ADHD side to find everything you need to find. These RPG Maker horror games. Unfortunately, that can lead to an awfully confusing experience. Might there be a stick in the piano room? Perhaps if I checked the piano from all angles. Nothing. Moving right along. The water in the tank continues to be murky green. I refuse to look up a walkthrough, though. I feel like I owe that to the people who took time to develop this game. If I'm going to play it right, and not search for... Oh, goodness. Did I just miss the giant staircase? I think I did. I was too busy talking to myself like a fool. That is a beautiful battle axe. Oh, seems like floor in this fireplace is really creaky. Shut up, phone. Remove the floor. Let's do it. Oh. A hidden room? There's a ladder. But it don't go all the way. Rather not go unless I know how deep it is. I know how you feel. Maybe if I had, like, a rope. But nah, I got nothing to tie it to. Gotta think. Looks like there's plenty of things to tie it to in that room. Alright, so now we need a rope. Nothing about the axe. Excuse me? What was that? Did it come from the window? Am I about to be scared? Oh. What was that in the swamp? Maybe I'll go take a look. Yes, that seems perfectly reasonable. Let's go take a look at the swamp where the eerie figure was just stationed. Alright then. Heading to the swamp. Ah, yes. It's locked. Turns out there's an outbuilding here. Boat. Alright, back to the swamp. Ah, yes, looks nothing like it looked in the beautiful picture. Yeah, I figured there'd be nobody here. So dark. I must have misseen something. I don't think misseen is hello, Utah. What are you doing here? Utah, don't friggin' do that! I agree. I ask you what you're doing. What are you doing, Dave? Yes, it's a Hal reference. There wasn't any map, so I searched the other mansion. Why are you outside? Oh, you said you were resting. Resting up from jerking. I took a little rest, then went back to looking, if you know what I mean. I was going to the other mansion myself. Alright, I'll go with you then. 2 heads are better for the... ... You shouldn't come. Go back to your room. Why the hell not? Like hell I'm not going. I want to get Yuka to a hospital. Oh, crap. The loud sound effects. I told you to go to your room. Aren't you listening? Female. Do as the man says. Alright already. I'll call it a day then. That what you wanted to hear? Come on, uppercut. Yes, thank you. I'll search the old mansion high and low. You can help tomorrow. Well, good night. I say good day. Good night. What's the deal with that jerk-off? Staring at paintings all day and acting all haughty when he can't find hay in a haystack. What? Well, you better be serious about finding that map. I'll go to my room and rest. You are a very trusting individual. Obviously, you don't know, Reen, that you're in a spooky, scary, terrifying, horrifying game. What you ought to know, though, is that your friend is acting completely out of character. And you should investigate. Man, my legs are killing me. I gotta get some rest. No doubt, you've been walking around for all of 20 or 30 minutes. Faded to black. Submerged again. Question exclamation. Chio, why are you crying? Oh, these are the kids. Nice. I feel bad for the fishy fish, all locked up and sad. I'll tell on Father. Hey, let's go to Grandma. To Grandma? Yes. Yeah, let's ask her about the fishy fish. Goodbye, shadow children with strange floppy arms. Oh. And so the mermaid grew uglier and uglier and eventually died. Now that is a wonderful story to tell a child. Grandma, is the fishy fish mad? Mad, perhaps. Perhaps hateful enough to kill. Are we gonna be killed, Grandma? Please say yes. No, not you. Because the mermaid is angry at us. But outsiders will be cursed by her. That's why no outsiders may come to this house. Alrighty then. We have clunky exposition. But it'll do. I don't even know how to read that. So I'm gonna go with, aha! It happened again. Dream in the water. The mansion filled with water. What's with those brats and their grandma? You don't know they're brats. And what mermaid? Like the one in that legend? I imagine. Ugh, I'm being ridiculous. That couldn't be. I'm just tired and having weird dreams. I'm hungry. I'll check on Yuka first. And ask Sataro about what to do for food. Perhaps Yuka has turned into a fish and we can eat her. Well, psychic dreams. Perhaps of the past. Hello, faceless Yuta. Yuta? Why did he come out of Yuka's room? I really wish their names were a little different. Check her out. Maybe it's inconsiderate, but you feel Yuka looks very calm. Was he in here poon-hounding on her, perhaps? Yuta? Something's definitely weird with him, especially that stuff yesterday. But I'll leave it for now. Which seems perfectly rational, considering. You are, in fact, the perfect character for the horror game. Ditzy? Determined yet, but clearly blind to the facts in front of her. Reed? You'll do. You'll do just fine for this horror scary game. Now I need to go ask Sataro about food. So let's see if he's downstairs in this room, I believe. Hello, sleepy kittens. Hey! Wake up early, Baldy. Make me breakfast, for I am hungry. What? Ugh. Morning, Red. Gosh, morning already. So much for a nap. I totally crashed. You... Alright, I'll get breakfast ready. You help too, Yama Monkey. Oh, your banter is delicious. Tastier than any breakfast you could conjure up. Oh man, the fridge is already empty. We'll have to survive on snacks, I guess. Yeah. You sound kinda gloomy. You tired? No, I've just been freaking the hell out, having these terrifying dreams, and... I was going to say, I'm not telling anybody about them. But here you go. Well, gee, maybe it's because my friend's got some crazy disease. You better bet I'm tired. Having bad dreams, too. I know how you feel, but that's not getting us anywhere. We gotta find a map and get Yuka to a hospital, so perk up already. Ain't Yuta gonna eat? Oh, yeah, he said he wasn't hungry. He doesn't look so hot either. No, he's a solid 4, maybe a 5 at best. Alright. Let's get started after we eat. I'll check here, so you handle the old mansion. And come ask me about anything. Why on earth wouldn't you stick together? Ah, yes. Horror. It's critical that every party be separated during a horror experience. In some way, it's almost as if they know they're in a horror game and have their parts to play. But that would sort of suggest a level of comprehension beyond what they've explained, or beyond what they have displayed so far. Alright. It's all nicely lit up, without windows. Here's some windows. And we still don't have a rope. I'd like a hammer to nail it down with. I know where there's a hammer. It's in the other house. Let's go check on the sludgy floors again. Walking this way. Nope, still sludgy. So I suppose I should look for a hammer. Let's try that. Back to the toolbox. Do to the toolbox. Now where was that silly thing? I believe it was upstairs. Toolbox. Searching for... This commentary is brilliant, I know, but I simply am running out of things to say about this game. We are dragging our feet quite nicely. Okay. Got a hammer. I was going to say, if it has hammers and such and you don't take one... I suppose we need to look for a nail, though? Perhaps she picked up nails as well. Let's see. Something should be explicitly stated, especially for dum-dums like myself. Back to the mansion, which looks like a chapel. And up we go, up we go, up we go, up we go. Now let's use... Actually, let's save. Items. Hammer. Will it use automatically? Can't go down. Hell, I'd like a hammer to nail it. Well, we have a hammer, you twit. But we, I suppose, need a nail, so... let's search for a nail, perhaps in this random hot tub. Got a key. Ugh, it's all slimy. Pew. P-U. P-U. Well, we have a key. Perhaps we'll find a nail in the locked room. Everything is so happenstance. Had I not been checking rooms almost at random, or rather by process of elimination, I highly doubt I would have found this lovely key. Ah, we have more sparklies. Let's check out the sparkly. Something shining on top. Alright then. Fireplace, books. Definitely a library of some sort. Something shining on top. Alright then. So am I to guess that I need a boost to get up there, perhaps? I don't have any items that would grab it. I wish I could combine items. Then I would combine all of these scraps with the ladder, and then this house, and then possibly myself. We're averaging, what, one scare every 20-25 minutes? You can only have so much backtracking and circling around. I'm sure whoever developed this put their heart and soul into it, and it's great in a lot of ways when it does try to scare you. It's very effective. It's just that it doesn't try often enough. I kind of expect a curve. Rather like, you know, a solid difficulty curve in a fighting game or a platformer. I expect a solid scare curve. Now I have to guess where Seitaro is. And that's not fun. I don't have a stool or anything. You'd think that she could climb the bookshelf, but you know, you'd think is not a strong reason for horror heroines to do anything. So I find myself checking every room in the house again. I played, right before I started this, I tried to do a recording of another horror game called, what is it called? Hello, Hello, which 5 billion times more effective than this. The scares lose their power when you run into roadblocks like this. Sort of like adventure games, and their ability, the old point and clicks, their ability to tell a story, certainly for the late 80s, early 90s, was a lot higher in a lot of ways than your average platformer, just based on the nature of things and all the flavor text and all the various things you could do. But as soon as you had to figure out how to open a door with only a ball of wax, a horse's tail, and a paperclip, or figure out that those items were what caused the door to open, it derails the story, it derails the pacing, the flow. And we have a hammer, and still no Seitaro. He said he would be in the other building. Ah, I did it again. I don't want to read it. I've read it enough. Spring in the clock. Which room had the clock spring? Oh, I forget. Perhaps it's shiny now. We'll just have to check. I'm sure I'll need a crowbar or something for that later. Ah, here we go. Spring-based clock. Is this the clock that one diary mentioned? Nothing. Lovely. I stand by my intention not to use a walkthrough, but it becomes a little more difficult. Let's see. Wisdom of the servant, blah, blah, blah. We read this already. Screen is slightly ajar. I don't have a stick. I don't have a stool. I don't have Seitaro. I don't have a crowbar. I am at a loss. Walk, walk, walk. Here's a ball. We can't do anything with the ball. The book is open, but we won't read it, unlike most of the other ones. Checking everywhere. This book is open. Let's go Nazi and burn some books. There is nothing in this room. Why is that? There should be some flavor text at least with these bookshelves. Something shiny on top. We can't burn down the bookshelf. Wonderful. So, here we are again. With nothing to do. Check the piano again. And back upstairs one more time. Unless there's another. Is there more? No. That's a wall. And walls are not conducive to progress. Green, turn to the camera and tell us something good. Tell us something useful. Swamp is super close. Super creepy. Can I use the axe? It's right there. Oh, Mermaid Swamp, you are testing my patience. But we will succeed. It's locked. A stone fence. This part has fallen over. What? About the stone picket. For what? Wait a minute. This might be the greatest example of adventure game logic in this. If this is what I need to use to get to the top of the bookshelf, I may scream like a small Malaysian boy. Items. Oh, well, apparently not. Oh, lovely. Well, perhaps we can... It's made of stone, but perhaps we can nail something to it. Here we go. Back to the fireplace. There's a way down in the fireplace. Well, I'd like a hammer to nail it down with. I'd like to know what it is that we're supposed to be using that picket for. Because you seem to have figured it out. Hell, that could work. Work? Darling, for what? What, I ask? Nothing here. Something's shining on top. It's entirely possible that this section will get sped up. Oh, goodness. What are we going to do with you? What are we going to do with you, Reen, you useless bucket of fool? You, in this sort of game, you don't get to be forgiven for being a complete ditz just because you were naked once. These are pixel graphics and they're not very good. For pixel graphics, they're phenomenal, actually, but, you know. You didn't even have a bifurcated butt crack. Lighter. Of course it's boarded up. We have a hammer, and I imagine said hammer has the claw end that we could potentially use to pry the nails off. Does it count as a stick? I suppose it doesn't, or she would have used it automatically. Excellent. We will certainly speed this part up, so here we go. Alright, and I'll probably say some terribly untoward things during the sped up portion of this video. And I'll keep this in mind to myself as a clue to remind myself to speed up the tape. Tape, I say, showing my age. Goodness gracious me. Miscellanea. Oh, are you kidding me? A mop. I can use the mop for something, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, we just discovered a mop. Completely at random. There was nothing in this game that suggested I should go back there and check the blasted storage room for something stick-like. Imagine if you were playing a great game, say, Devil May Cry, and at some point in the game, Dante turns to the camera and he says, "I've fought demons like this before, but this one is special. I will need a rubber duck to defeat it." And then it doesn't tell you where to find a rubber duck. What do? You probably just get smashed. Mop. Alright, the mop does not count as a long stick. I don't know what to do with the mop. Perhaps we can mop up the sludge. Mops do not make that sound. And you are apparently the fastest mopper on Earth without a water bucket. Whatever. Let's move right along. Here we have beds. A bed. With a pillow? I feel something hard in the pillow. Were you sleeping next to Seitaro? It's a key, numbnuts. Pick it up! Are we really not picking up the key? Can we burn the bed? Well, we know it's a key because of the letter. But whatever, we'll just move right along then. Next room locked. Candles and such. Full of fish tanks. Everything is... Now why on earth would I reach inside the fish tank? Alright, well apparently we can reach inside all the fish tanks. So let's do what a smart person will do and save. That said, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully there are at least 2 ladies listening to this at any given time, which is exactly what I say when I do sermons on the street corner. We'll reach into fish tanks next time. Until then, have a lovely summer.